host, E.I. Smith. The date is Monday, April 29th, 2019, and the time is 11 a.m. I'm in front of the park/yacht station / Miami Beach Police Boat Patrol on 18th Street and Purdy Avenue in Miami Beach, Florida. I'm going to get some gang-stalking caught on camera today as I head towards the Miami Beach Library on 21st and Collins. Be looking for synchronized space crowding and the obstruction of my general movements. Let's go. It's like being on a movie set. Everyone has a role and everyone executes that role. As a FedEx truck just drives up as soon as I get to this intersection. You see, again, these coincidences stop becoming coincidences when they happen every day. They start becoming derivations. Synchronized space crowding. As soon as I get to an intersection, there's a car coming. It's meant to annoy, harass, and obstruct the movements of a targeted individual. I'm right now in front of the Stiltsville Fish Bar. Gonna put the phone down for 1 second. I'm waiting on the South Beach A trolley. The South Beach A loop trolley to take me to the library. I have exactly 26 minutes of recording time left before the storage capacity on this phone is used, and I intend on using every bit of it. And keep in mind, it's nothing for a gang stalker to see me standing here with this phone, which I'd say is a standard size smartphone. It's got a 6-inch screen. It's 6 inches long by maybe 3 inches wide. And it's silver. It's square or rectangular. And it's got a camera on the back. And if you're coming from the opposite way, you can see there's a screen there, and that it's on and that it's recording. So there's no one that will mistake this phone I have for a gun. But, as we saw in Gang-stalking in Action Part 2, A gang stalker can see me with this phone recording and phone in a phony 911 call saying that they see a black male approximately this height, this weight, wearing these kinds of clothes, waving a gun around and pointing it at people. Gang stalkers do that all the time. I got an interesting Facebook Messenger message from what was allegedly the mother of my two sons, Hunter and Samson, ages 10 and 9. They presently reside in New York City. Now, this is how gang stalking works. Everyone around you becomes a gang stalker. That includes family, that includes anyone that you consider a friend or a colleague. They all at some point gang stalk you. They all get put into the mechanism, whether they know it or not, whether they like it or not. Now, the mother of my kids had a Facebook page that was mysteriously taken down, as it were. And just the other day, I get a text from what looks like her Facebook page. However, it's an egregious abbreviation of her first, middle, and last names. See, she's since remarried and she's taken the last name of her husband. And it's her husband, and my son's living in New York City. Anyhow, some years ago, she sent me a text message asking me to fill out a DS 3053 form for my sons. That's a passport authorization form that both parents have to fill out in order for a child to get a passport. I filled out the form in the exact same fashion for both my oldest and youngest sons. I got a message from her, or from somebody pretending to be her, saying that the one for my youngest son was filled out correctly, but the one for my oldest son was not filled out correctly. And now they're asking me to fill out another DS 3053 form 2 years later. And I just found the interaction to be extremely bizarre and suspicious, because the English in the message she sent me was so broken and so incoherent that I didn't even know how to read the message. But that's what I got out of it, is that they needed another one. When I added her on when I tried to add her on Facebook as a friend, see, I'm at the 5,000 limit mark right now, so I can't add new friends. But a couple of my friends dropped off, so I added her. She didn't reply, or she didn't accept the friend request it was over 48 hours. So I emailed her back and I asked her, so what's the plan? What do you need me to do? And again, she said something to the effect of DS 3053 papers, but again, the English was so broken and coherent that it just all seemed like a big prank. It might have been something some of my family members put her up to. because they don't know what my address is, and I would have to put an address for myself on the DS-3053 form, which would obviously be forwarded to them in Cleveland by the mother of my kids and her husband as some sort of joint effort to locate me so they can gang stalk me further. Yes, a person's family member does initiate the gang stalking against the TI by saying deleterious things about their character to law enforcement people and others. A person's first exposure to gang stalking is through their immediate and extended families. This wasn't nothing but a gang stalking tactic to destabilize and put me in a state of worry and anxiety. Her English is not bad. She's been in this country. She moved here from the Philippines, and she's been in this country for 16 years now. So her English is good. English is the easiest language to learn, in my opinion. And 16 years is more than enough time to learn how to talk and type. And the English in the Facebook Messenger message she sent me was egregiously mistyped, full of typos and spelling errors, and it was difficult to see what she was actually getting at. And to this day, I still am having difficulty deciphering what it was she was asking me. The message didn't make any sense to begin with, because if my youngest son's passport permission form was good, my oldest son's passport permission form is also good, because I filled them out the exact same way. And I sent both forms to their mother through the UPS store in Oakwood, Ohio, just outside of Dayton, and about 10 minutes away from the University of Dayton's campus, where I was attending school at the time. See what this truck, this waste truck does. Get another public works vehicle. It's 11:12 a.m. I don't know what their schedule is, but it seems like every time I come to this spot, I see a waste truck. Or anytime I'm in this general area, I see a big waste truck. We got a little Barrington Levy playing in the background at the Stiltsville Fish Bar. I could appreciate that. That's one of my favorite reggae artists. I'm following Barrington Levy on Facebook and at EIS Media Group. What a coincidence, I hear a Barrington Levy song in the background as I'm documenting gang stalking. So, as much as I love the mother of my kids, and as much as I love my kids, the The conversation that I had with them was extraordinarily strange and bizarre, to the point where continuing the situation would frustrate me to no end, because I don't know if it's really her that's sending me those messages. And if it's somebody else that's sending me those messages through her account, then that is nothing but gang stalking. And again, her original account had her full name, her first name, her middle name, and then her married name. And this new account that she has, her name is strangely abbreviated. The abbreviation is strange. It doesn't even look like a feasible abbreviation. And it makes me think that it's either a dummy account that she set up, or that someone set up in her name, or she's just totally restructured her original Facebook account, and now I get these messages from her, or from somebody claiming to be her, asking me for forms that require me to use my personal information. Something about it just doesn't seem right, and it just goes to show how a targeted individual's immediate acquaintances begin doing and saying exceptionally strange things at exceptionally inconvenient times. That's a Tesco emergency response team. I've never heard of a Tesco emergency response team, but it's definitely semi-law enforcement. Just as the trolley is coming around the corner, okay? They stop being coincidences when you see stuff like that happen every day. So we'll see what happens here. looks like we're going south instead of north. I got on the wrong trolley. I gotta get off. I got on the southbound trolley. I was supposed to get on the northbound trolley. So I gotta catch a different trolley. We won't be able to get it on camera, my trolley ride to the library. I only have 5% battery life and about 5 minutes of recording time. But I believe we were able to get sufficient gang stalking activity for today's video. So I'm just going to record until the recording mechanism stops. You oftentimes get these guys too, and we saw quite a few of them at the Stiltsville Fish Bar. The guys with the carts driving them towards you, that's synchronization. We saw about 3 instances of that at the fish bar. And another instance as soon as I get off the trolley. People coming towards you with giant crates, it's obstruction and it's synchronized space crowding. Synchronized space crowding right there. I get to a door and there's somebody swerving around in front of me. That was a homeless man sitting in front of a store. He had no arms. I like to get a rear view angle sometimes. I got 2 minutes of recording time left. I'm sorry, 4 minutes of recording time left. So one of two things is going to happen in this video. Either the battery is going to go out or the 5 minutes of recording time will expire. I'm going to keep recording until one of the two happens. Now, when I get to an intersection like this, oftentimes there's a car coming. In this instance, there was a gang stalker coming. There's something about when I come to an intersection like that there has to be activity of some sort. Another thing you see in gang stalking is you'll be walking and people will drive past you in an extremely obnoxious fashion. City buses do it too. Or you'll be sitting at a bus stop waiting on a bus or a trolley or just resting, and waves of cars will fly by you doing 60 and a 30 or 70 and a 35 and is what is obviously gang stalking activity, but it's also just very rude and dangerous to fly past a person like that when they're walking, because if you lose control of the wheel while you're driving, and South Florida has so many DUI cases that I can't even count them or recall them all. And something really bad could happen. I mean, imagine sitting at a bus stop and seeing waves of cars speeding by you at doing twice the speed limit. That's gang stalking activity. And I said earlier that I love the mother of my kids. That's in a brotherly or sisterly love type of way. That's a married woman, and she's been married for going on 3 years now. I have a loving heart, but I'm also very vigilant and watchful and careful.